or Solomon. So that is what this says. So as you can see, this is a more accurate depiction of Habakkuk. Oh, but like I said, they're not the only ones who depicted this. Wikipedia even admits truth to you too. And you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Now this is depicting Prophet Malachi, and it's showing you Prophet Malachi, a Russian icon of him, and here's the scroll that he's holding, and this comes from about circa 1310 AD, and this was a painting by Duccio di Buoninsegna, and this is found in the Museo dell'Opera del Duomo in the Siena Cathedral. So it's an actual, real, authentic picture of Malachi, and this is how he actually looked. Oh, but that's not all. Now I'm going to show you more pictures of the real authentic Messiah before he was painted over. And as you can see, this is a Russian depiction of the Messiah. And what color is he? It's real obvious now. And remember this symbol right here. I hope you're paying attention to it because it goes much deeper than you think. Now this is an icon depicting Christ Emmanuel, and it says the region comes from Central Russia, the period of late 18th century AD. Its size is about 37.5 by 34 centimeters. And as you can see, this is based upon Isaiah or Yashayahu chapter 7 verses 14. That's where this icon comes from. But this is an ancient icon, and we see the symbolism right there all over again, the ICXC or the Greek letters. Very interesting. Now this is showing you another Russian icon and another depiction of Christ Emmanuel from northern Russia, 17th century AD. And as you can see, this is how he actually looks. Not only that, but this is actually from an auctioning website, and it costs roughly $12,000 to $15,000 just to get one of these. I wonder why it costs so high, and I wonder what the costs have been to hide and keep this stuff from you all along. Here's another ancient depiction and another Russian icon of who? None other than the Messiah himself and his mother depicted right here. And as you can see, this is real authentic stuff right here, and it goes on even downward. And you can see it even up closer, zoomed in, and we see the ICXC, the symbolism, the Greek words right there. And these letters we've already gone over, but you can see it up close here. Wow, what color does it look like? It looks authentic to me. It looks like the real thing to me. What happened? Where did all the white ones come from? Now this is the true image of the Messiah that's found in the Roman chapel in Yerushalayim or Jerusalem. And as you can see, what color are they? I'm telling you, you can pause it and look at it, but remember the truth is coming to light today. You are seeing the truth, real authentic truth, so that you are without excuse to making lies and these little white lies that have gone on for centuries upon centuries upon centuries. Here is another Russian depiction and a Russian icon, and who does it look like? Who does it remind you of? I'll let you figure that out on your own. And we see this Greek symbols and the Greek letters right there again, and the halo around it too. But like I said, this is for educational purposes. But it says, I am that bread of life. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. Wow, is that quoting scripture? I wonder who that's talking about. I wonder who that is showing you. I wonder why they've hidden this from you. What are they hiding? Once again, this is showing you Moses, and how does he look? It says Saint Moses the Black. Oh, very interesting. Oh, but you still think he's white? Oh, you still think he has white skin? I suggest you think again. Now this is a Russian icon that appears to be depicting King David, but not only King David, it also appears to be depicting the temple right here. You can see him by his crown, and you can see him by the hairs on his head and what he's wearing. And what color is he? Like I said, it's not a color issue, but why would they go through such an effort to hide all this stuff from you? Because they don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know the real history for what it really is. And this is the depiction of King Solomon or Shaluma. You can see he's wearing a crown. I don't know if you can really see that. And here's the scroll that he has right here. And this is another Russian painting from Duccio di Buoninsegna from circa 1310. And the text of the scroll is from Psalm or Tehillim chapter 72. And that is why it is thought to be King Solomon. And of course, Duccio di Buoninsegna, he was around from around circa 1255 through 1319 AD. And this is from the Museo dell'Opera Opera Metropolitana del Duomo in the Siena Cathedral, and this was taken around circa 1308 to 1311 AD. Here we see more accurate depictions of the Messiah Yahusha and his mother. Now, although we know he has woolly hair, well, they got the skin part right, and I'm telling you, real authentic truth that they're keeping hidden from you. I wonder why that is. Like I said, the question we are tackling today is, who are the real biblical Israelites? And before we answer who they are today, we have to first find who they were originally. And this is showing you another Russian icon of none other than King Solomon, or Shaluma, and you can see his crown right here. You can see what appears to be the temple behind him, as well as the scroll. And wow, when you look at the depiction of the skin, you can see not only dark skin, but you see what appears to be skin that matches what of Negro descent, of so-called African American descent. Could they be the real biblical Israelites? It's starting to look like it. Oh, now it's all making sense, isn't it? Now, this is a very rare painting, and as you can see, it depicts Adam and Eve, or Adam and Hannah, and what it's really showing you is Adam and Eve in the garden. Oh, but how do they look? Genesis chapter 2 verses 7, or Bereshit chapter 2 verses 7 tells you that Yahuwah made and formed man from the dust of the ground. What color is dust? Here is another rare piece, and it's by Duccio di Buonzegna, and it's from the 1300s AD, and this is a very rare piece and depiction. And as you can see, this is depicting Moses right here, and this is depicting King David right there. And if I zoom in a little bit more, you can see it a little bit more. Here's the scroll that they hold up. So like I said, King David right here, Moses right here, but they're not showing you that in textbooks, are they? Now, this is a very rare piece too. It's by Stefano di Giovanni, and it's a very rare piece, and it comes from around circa 1423 through 1424. And what is it really showing you? Here's Elijah and Elias. What is it really showing you? I hope you are seeing just the bigger agenda and seeing how all of this has been hidden from you, not anymore. Now, this is a very rare Russian icon as well, and it appears to be depicting the Messiah, Yahusha HaMashiach, up there, and this is said to be James. Now, I'm not sure if that's actually true, but that is what it says, and as you can see, how do they look right here? But let's keep going, and if it zooms in, you can see them even more, even better right here, and these are actual prophets, as we can see, and as we scroll up, we can see him even closer right here. Looks really authentic and really real to me. I wonder who's doing the then. Here is another depiction, and like I said, this is for educational purposes only, but I see a black Messiah up here, and I also see some other prophets and disciples down here as well. What color are they? Let's keep going and let's keep scrolling down. Oh, white and legs. Very interesting. Let's keep going. So this is a zoom in of the Messiah who's coming in the clouds, and we know it's the Messiah because of these Greek symbols. And like I said, what does it really mean? Okay, let's keep going. You can see them up closer right here, and we know it's authentic because of all the scratches and the tears that it has in it. We know it's authentic, and we also know it's authentic because they did a good job hiding it from us. But let's keep going. If we continue to scroll down, we can see all of them enlarged a little bit more, holding a book right here, and we can also see the woman on the far right as well right there. So that's a little bit of a better image that you can see. Oh, but like I said, there's much more than this. Here's the true image of the Messiah, and as you can see, it depicts Emmanuel, or Yahusha HaMashiach, and it's a depiction from 1816 circa AD. And as you can see, what does it show you? It shows you the Russian icon of the Messiah. But do you still think he's that white so-called JC that they're depicting everywhere? Doesn't look like it. Somebody is lying to you. Somebody has bared false witness to you and has perpetrated the biggest deception of all time. Somebody is lying. Could it be the synagogues of Satan according to Revelation chapter 2 verses 9 and Revelation chapter 3 verses 9, the two verses that all the so-called end time prophets and end time teachers love skipping over? Could that be what it is? Oh, of course it is. And this is showing you who? Peter or Kappa and Paul called Shaul in the 17th century AD. And this is showing you right here the Messiah right there. This is Peter, this is Paul. Now let's, if we zoom in a little bit more, we can see it a little bit right there. But wow, very interesting and suspicious indeed. This is a picture that depicts Samson as he is fighting a lion, as spoken of in the book of Judges, chapter 14, verses 5 through 6. And oh, what color does he look right here? If we zoom in a little bit more, you can actually sort of kind of see him. The face right there a little bit looks really authentic to me. What happened? Here's a Russian icon of King David, or Dawid, as we can see right here. And this is the scroll that he is holding right here, actually. And as we can see, this is how he looks. He has his crown on right there. And it looks like he's holding what? The Torah, the book of the law. And these are his robes that he is in. He looks like a king to me. Looks real accurate to me. Here's another Russian icon depicting Yahusha HaMashiach, or what you may call Christ, and his mother Mary, or whose real name is Miriam. And as you can see, this is a real depiction of the Russian icon. And as you can see, here's the symbol, so we know it's actually true and real. And this is a better zoom in of it, and we know it's true and authentic because we see all the paper tearing off a little bit more, but it looks real authentic to me. So the question is, what happened? How did everything become whitewashed? Because I have just spent over half an hour with you showing you dozens and dozens of pictures and images of all the different prophets and the Messiah himself from both the Old and the New Testament that show you and depict to you black biblical Israelites. So what happened is the question. How did they become white is the question. How did they become white? How did they go from this to this? How did it go from this to this? How did it go from this to this? How did it go from dark skin, black, as described in Revelation chapter 1, verses 13 through 15, to this? How did that happen? I'll let you figure that out on your own. How did that happen? What happened? How did they become whitewashed? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. They were painted over. Oh, the wonders of a paintbrush. Oh, what wonders a paintbrush can do. Because as you can see right here, the synagogues of Satan, what did they do? They painted over the images of the real black biblical Israelites. And I've just proven that to you with the real authentic image showing you of what? A synagogue of Satan, the fake Jews painting over the real biblical Israelites who were black, painting them from black to white. How did that happen? And for those of you who still want to be willfully ignorant and still want to ignore this truth and still want to sit there and say, oh no, they were still white, and still want to sit there and be willfully ignorant and bear false witness to the real biblical Israelites, woe unto you, because I am showing you real authentic truth. So you can sit there and think that the Messiah is white all you want to, but I'm telling you now, it's not going to be good, because when the real Messiah returns and he looks nothing like the JC that you see all over the place, or should I say the man of lawlessness, or should I say the image of the beast, oh, shame is going to be upon you unless you wake up now and see the real authentic truth for what it really is. Oh, but they'll never notice. They'll never know. They won't know, because that is exactly what's going on, because everything has been whitewashed. The wonders of a paintbrush to not only fool so-called black people, who the real biblical Israelites are, so-called African Americans, but also to fool white people too, because of the synagogues of Satan. Oh, but you still sit there and think that everything I'm sharing with you is a hoax? You still